guys. So, if you're tuning in, you're probably seeing what I'm seeing, and it's not good. But the Ranger is down for the count, and I think I have an answer, so stay tuned and let's check it out together. So, as I was running this, I noticed that all the rocker arms are doing their thing. They're all moving as they should. But I started pulling one plug at a time, and I got right to cylinder number 2 here, or whatever this is. This might be 4, 2, 4, 6, 8. Yeah, this is 4. But I pulled the plug off while it was running and nothing changed, so still misfiring on that cylinder only. So whatever's going on in this area right here is my problem. So we're gonna have to dig into that. I don't know how long. This might be a 5-year video series, but we're gonna look at it. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull that spark plug out, and as a note, whenever you're doing something, there's 2 things you always want to do if you have a misfiring cylinder. The first thing you do is you need to pull the spark plug out, because that's telling you what this motor is doing. If it's over oiling, over fueling, running too rich, too lean, that spark plug will tell you everything you need to know. So the first thing we're going to do is pull that number 4 spark plug and take a look at it. Oh, here goes nothing. Yeah, luckily they come right out because I've had them out before, like a couple of weeks ago. So this isn't good. Oh, by the way, you notice I'm using that light as in my last video? It's perfect for this, so check that one out. I'll put a link into the description of that video again, so that's a side note. We're not going to worry about that right now. What are you telling me, you little devil? Let's see. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's beautiful. So, I don't know if you can see it, but what I can see is this spark plug is completely black. And this is oil on it. So, there's definitely oil either getting by the cylinder based on rings or a lot of other things. Head gasket, you know, we could just go right for the crazy stuff first, but the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do a compression test on this and see what that cylinder is saying. When you work on anything, to just lose all of your tools immediately, so you have to look for them for 6 hours before you can do anything. So I'll get back to you when I find this little devil and we'll keep going. Well, 30 minutes later, I have a compression tester. So let's see what she tells us. I'm going with not good. Come on, you. Oh. If you ever have any ideas to lift a truck and you want to work on it, it's a terrible idea. I don't recommend it. Oh, good. Looks like I'm losing light on the situation here. Why not? What ails you? I mean, really, go in there. Is it that hard? Oh yeah, and also this is the wrong one, so that's cool. Alright, let's try this again. Come on, go in there. Come on. I mean, seriously, what ails you? Is it just gasket? I mean, what else could it be? Come on. Get out of there. Right now, get off of there. What do you think this is? This is like, no free rides. Get off. There we go. No, wrong. Still wrong. Way wrong. Well, as one would know, I don't have a compression tester, and I think it grew legs and walked away, so hang in there. We're going to head down to the store and see if I can get one down to the old O'Reilly's, and we'll pick up from there, so hang in there. Alright, so I'm back, and I've got my trusty little compression tester all hooked up, and it's always a good idea to disconnect the coil wire so you don't run while you're doing this. So let's try this. Well, I'm getting 100 psi. That doesn't sound very good, but let's take 3 readings and see what it does. Get 120 that time. And it looks like we're holding consistent at 120, so I'm gonna check all the other cylinders and see what they say. So I took the plug out behind it, 1 cylinder back. I'm not going to take all 8 out. Now, if you were really wanting to dig into this, probably should do the right thing and take all 8 out, but I'm just going to test the one behind it and maybe the one behind that. Take kind of an average and see if this thing is even close on this side. If the numbers are really way off, like I take a test on this one, it's like 150 psi, then I'll test the one behind it. If that one's like 150 psi, then I'm probably going to end up pulling the motor and checking into that cylinder. But let's see what this one tells us. Got less pressure in that cylinder, but we're gonna test on it a little more, see what it does. And that one's right at 120 psi as well, so I'm beginning to think it's not a compression issue. But I'm going to test the cylinder behind it just to check it out. Alright, so on to cylinder number 3. Yeah, and right away I've got about 115, so it could be a little bit of a leaking in the air hose here for the compression tester, but it's holding compression. I don't think it's got a compression issue, and 120 psi isn't bad if all those cylinders are that. So the thing with the compression test is, if you got one cylinder that's like 70 psi and all the others are really close, within like 5-10 psi of each other, I would say you'd have a compression issue in that particular cylinder, and then you're gonna have to pull the motor, do rings, whatever. But in this scenario where they're all within a couple pounds, this truck does not have a compression issue, so I don't need to dig any further into that. So that's good news. And I guess I'll put the valve covers back on, and I'm going to tighten the rocker arms down real quick just to make sure. Why not, while I'm in there? I guess we'll diagnose somewhere else. We're already thousands at it. I don't know, maybe there was 30 slugs or something. We'll see. I still think it's going to need more diagnosis. Change the valve covers out, tighten the rocker arms down, go from there. Well, I think it needs a head gasket. It's blowing combustion and oil right out the valve cover on the passenger side. So, you're going to be seeing me pull the motor in this thing. So that'll be another video. Stay tuned. Now, what a guy might ask, why do you think it's the head gasket? Well, see all the flue smoke in the air? Oil burning out the tailpipe? It's blowing oil right out of this valve cover on this side, and combustion at the same time. And it could be an intake gasket, something like that, but just the way that it's acting, and I would say it's a head gasket, so I will be pulling the motor in this truck and putting another one in it. So I appreciate you watching this. If you like this content and you want to see more of this stuff, like and subscribe to this channel, and I'd like to say get out there and explore, but right now I'm a little stranded with this truck, so it is what it is. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, and luckily I have another motor lined right up to throw right in here, and I'm just going to swap some parts over and put it in, and she'll be good to go. So stay tuned, and we'll be doing that soon. Thank you for watching Overland Garage.